Poetry is composed of particles of passion that drip off your tongue.
Poetry is composed of verbal illustrations with a heart and ink meet.
Poetry is made up of the words and thoughts that come out from the heart and soul.
Poetry is made up of non-lyrical lyrics in a pattern that when put together produces beauty.
Poetry is composed of artistic words full of meaning and depth.
Poetry is composed of 9 planets surrounded by stars.
Poetry lives in the essence of everyone.
Poetry resides in the mind and heart of the writer.
Poetry resides in that perpetual drum encaged in your chest.
Poetry resides on a planet known as Earth.
Poetry lives in that sparkling bottomless pit in your insides that contracts and flexes, sort of like your heart.
Poetry explores to the depths of the mind.
Poetry drifts to the slums of uncertainty.
Poetry goes to sleep, curled up at the edge of my bed every night.
Poetry goes to Pluto when it's unsure.
Poetry wonders about everything that is anything.
Poetry wonders on how to make people see life different.
Poetry wonders about how to excite and dazzle its listeners.
Poetry wonders about the next time it'll be voiced.
Poetry wonders about life on Mars.
Poetry wonders about all the starving artists she has to feed.
Poetry dreams of beauty songs waiting to be spoken.
Poetry dreams of endless things in life and dreams about everything that later becomes nothing.
Poetry dreams of running on the rings of Saturn.
Poetry dreams of red lipstick chicks and freshly shaven guys. Poetry has walked the path of many thoughts.
Poetry is inspired by car crashes to the beauty of new life and everything in between.
Poetry is inspired from the yin and yang of the writer.
Poetry is inspired by the galaxies beyond its own.
Poetry is inspired by lustful stares and bitten lips.
Poetry walks in the dreams of those who dream.
Poetry's walked in history's shoes, taking any opportunity it could get to make its presence known.